Hi guys, my name is Katie. This is my California Courts Discussion Board project. California courts has two types of state courts. Trial courts, also known as superior courts, and the appellate courts, made up of the Courts of Appeal and the California Supreme Court. The California Constitution also establishes the Judicial Council, which is the governing body of the California courts, and is chaired by the California Supreme Court Chief Justice, which you guys will soon learn about in the next couple of slides. California's judicial system is the largest in the world. It consists of more than 2,000 judicial officers that are divided into 3 tiers of court. These layers divide the judiciary's caseloads within the system while allowing ample opportunity for litigants to appeal unfavorable decisions. How can California courts relate to the federal court system? California courts relate to the federal court system because they operate independently. The federal court system is separate and handles cases involving federal law, constitutional issues, and disputes between states or involving citizens of different states. As for state courts, like those in California, primarily deal with state laws and regulations, but there can be overlaps. For example, a case might be heard in state court if it involves state laws, but it could potentially be moved to federal court if it raises federal questions. Overall, both systems coexist, but they have a distinct jurisdiction and function. I decided to mainly research Riverside County. Riverside County does have 13 superior courts. In California, superior courts, also known as trials courts, as I mentioned earlier, handle a wide range of cases, which include both civil and criminal matters, family law, probate, juvenile cases, and appeals from lower courts according to the California Courts website, which is linked below. There are tiers of fact. They determine who was right or wrong in civil disputes and who is innocent and guilty in criminal cases. This is the map of the state of California Courts of Appeal districts. If you look real closely, you can see Riverside is a part of the 4th Appellate District. The California Court of Appeals. Districts Courts of Appeals hear appeals from superior courts and judicial state agencies. They are geographically divided into 6 different districts, serving 9 different locations. Unlike superior courts, they normally decide questions of law, not the facts. The courts of appeal process more than 20,000 filings annually and dispose of fewer than 10,000 matters through written opinions. Fewer than 9% of those are deemed significant enough to warrant publication. Appellate justices earn about $258,000 annually. Presiding justices earn somewhat more. A little thing I got from the textbook was how it has 6 districts, 8 divisions, and 9 court locations, as it was mentioned above. Also, how the courts of appeals mainly review the majority of appealable orders or judgments from the superior courts. Speaking of superior courts, the California Supreme Court is at the pinnacle of the system. Its purpose is to raise important constitutional issues and to not maintain legal uniformity throughout the state. When it speaks, other courts do listen, not only in California, but also in other states and throughout the federal judiciary. This court must be selective in what it chooses to hear and what it chooses to say. The Supreme Court averages nearly 8,000 filings annually, but it only issues 80 to 90 written opinions per year. Its 7 justices spend most of their time in legal research and opinion writing. They hear oral arguments for only once a week. Every month they are in session, and the court consists of a Chief Justice and 6 Associate Justices, which you will learn on these slides. Your Chief Justice is Patricia Guerrero. Your Associate Justices are Carol Corrigan, Joshua Gorban, Goodwin Liu, Martin Jenkins, Leonardra Kruger, and Kelly Evans. The Missouri Plan is something combined both of elections and appointments. This hybrid method is based off 2 assumptions. 1, the fellow lawyers can best assist the attributes of judicial candidates, and 2, in a representative democracy, Ultimate accountability to the voters is important, even for the judges. How does the California plan relate to California? Sorry, let me retry that. How does the Missouri plan relate to California? California uses a more modified method of Missouri plan, which we call the Marriott Plan. It's a method of appointing judges in which the governor's office conducts an investigation of applicants in order to submit a list of potential applicants to the judicial nominees. This formal vetting process, though, is not made public, so it is only for the governor's office to see and the judicial nominees evaluation commission to see. Judicial Council of California, under the leadership of the Chief Justice, which you guys finally know who it is if you didn't before, and in accordance with the California Constitution, the council is responsible for ensuring the consistent, independent, impartial, and accessible administration of justice. Judicial Council staff help implement the council's policies. There are 31 council positions, however, I'm not going to go into detail, I'm just going to tell you what those positions are. So for chair, we have one Chief Justice of California. Supreme Court, there's one Associate Justice. The State Bar has 4 attorney-at-laws. The Secretary only has 1 Administrative Director, and the Legislature only has 1 member of the California State Assembly, along with 1 member of the California State Senate. For Courts of Appeal, there are 2 Associate Justices. There's one from the 3rd District and 1st Appellate District, Division 3. There's also 1 Administrative Proceeding Justice from the 5th Appellate District. For trial court, there are 5 judges of the Superior Court. The counties are Los Angeles, Tahoma, San Francisco, Kern, San Diego, and Mendocino. 3 preceding judges of the Superior Court are counties of Sacramento, San Diego, and Orange. The 2 assistant preceding judges come from the county of Los Angeles and Shasta. Advisory members. There are 2 judges of the Superior Court, and they are both located in San Bernardino. There's 3 court executive officers from the county of Contra Costa, Santa Barbara, and Orange. There is 1 commissioner of the Supreme Court from the county of San Bernardino, 1 Associate Justice of the Court of Appeal from the 4th Appellate District, Division 1. There's 1 Clerk Executive Office from the 1st District. And there's 1 preceding judge of the Superior Court from San Bernardino as well. The meeting information, the majority of these meetings are all held at 12 p.m. at the exact same location in San Francisco. Some of them are held through videos or through Zooms. However, this one was held in person on the 21st at 12 p.m. One agenda item discussed was the current dollar amounts under the Code of Civil Procedure. This item was mainly talked about within the whole entire meeting. However, everybody came to the conclusion that it was something they did not want to approve. Our question for the reflection part was if we would decide to do this job in the future, working sometime in the court. I would 100% work in the courts one day, specifically as an attorney. My future career is to become a prosecutor to work within the criminal cases because it's just something I resided with and something that should really caught my attention and that I really stick with and that I really want to learn more about. And learning all of this new information really makes me more interested at the end of the day. But thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you all learned something very valuable.